Welcome to the final round of the SCSA Stock Car Championship. It's been an exciting season, but we still haven't decided who's going to be the champion. Could be Stevie Hodgson, could be Mike Vergers, could be Ian Mckellar Jr. Who's it going to be? Well, let's find out, but let's find out what happened to get these three guys here.
The penultimate round of the championship had Hodgson, Mckellar and Vergers all battling for the title, but it was Ollie Plale who wasted no time in taking the lead. John Stewart, who qualified on pole, dropped back to 6th before hitting the turn 1 wall on lap 5, and at the restart, Ollie Plale retained his lead, chased by Mckellar Jr. and rookie title contenders Hunter Abbott and Gavin Seeger. A split water pipe meant trouble for Vergers though, and at the same time Hunter Abbott retired when the 26 car broke its differential. On the restart, Ollie Plale raced ahead and took his first win of the 2005 season. So after that we have a new championship leader in Stevie Hodgson. He's knocked Michael Vergers off the top spot and now leads him by 10 points. But with one race to go and Vergers having had more race wins than Stevie, it couldn't be closer. Remember, there are 200 points for a win and then 5 fewer points per position all through the field. If they're equal, then the championship's decided on wins and then seconds and so on.
We've got a competition at the end of the program where you can win a limited edition signed print signed by the 2004 SCSA Stock Car champion Stevie Hodgson. He's also leading this year's championship. Stevie, you going to do it again?
Well, that's what we're heading for. I mean, we turned up here to win it, and we've regained the lead again after round 11. And you know, it's so close going into the next one. Anything can happen, but you know, the Xerox 24 crew and ready for it and up for it.
Well, look, there's a picture of you as champion 2004. Sign that for us, and we'll see how you get on around 12, eh? Mike, one race ago we were talking and you were leading the championship. We go into the final round, you're 10 points behind. Tell us what happened.
Everything was going quite well. I took a steady start to the race. I had more to lose than to gain. Got up to, I don't know exactly where we got up to, but eventually car suddenly got really loose through turn 4. Just avoided hitting the wall. I thought it was a puncture, but it turned out to be water. I've told the team that, you know, there was no excuses for that. We must go forward. The championship is still there to be won. But, you know, we had a lead and now we're fighting for the lead. May the best man win.
What's your mindset going into 12 now?
You know, it's a bit difficult for me at the moment because obviously Steve's there and he's my teammate, so if I wanted to be real dirty, I could go and win the championship in this last race, but I'm just going to plan it and see what I can do. You know, I don't want to wish anyone any bad luck. I'm just going to, you know, get round 12 and get going and just see what happens at the end of the day.
And as far as the Autosport rookie points are concerned, for drivers taking part in their first SCSA season, Hunter Abbott leads Gavin Seeger by 115 points. Now it's vital for Hunter to finish 60% of this race in order to take the title.
Race 1 didn't quite go to plan. We're cruising around, wasn't taking any risks, and halfway through turn 4 the diff went.
Now that's, so essentially you'll be rookie champion if you can do 60% in round 12.
That's right, yeah, but as you know, if you've seen in race 1, it's not quite as easy as it sounds.
SCSA is great racing and it's been associated with great music all the way through the championship's history. I've got Abby Ryan with me. Abby, tell us about your new single you got coming out.
Well, it's coming out on the 31st of October. I filmed it here at Rockingham. The Irwin Racing team helped us out. They did a great show for me. It was fantastic.
I've seen it. It looks great.
Yeah, I much appreciate all the hard work they've put into it.
Now, the Irwin car didn't do very badly at all in the last race, round 11. It got a podium, right?
Yeah, it did well. That's my car.
Final round of the Pickup Truck Championship coming up. Paul Poulter leads. Nick Grinrod or Kelly Jane Wells could spoil the party, though. So who's going to be champion? Let's find out.
With 7 wins under his belt, Paul Poulter in the yellow 74 leads the championship with truck 22, Nick Grinrod, in 2nd. Kelly Jane Wells in 21 is 3rd. Well, the yellow flags flew early in round 12. New driver Pete Stevens into the turn 4 wall. On lap 18, Pickup's only lady racer and popular choice amongst the crowds at Rockingham, Kelly Jane Wells was sent into a spin and caught by Pete Wilkinson. A disappointing end to her championship. Drama then for championship leader Poulter, smoke erupting from underneath the 74 truck, but he managed to hold on, winning the Rockingham Oval Championship ahead of Grinrod in 2nd and Phil White in 3rd place.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Wow, great job, Falco. That is Falco, the Swiss fan. He travels all the way from Switzerland each weekend to be here at Rockingham for the SCSA Championship, and he gets to see all of this 1.5-mile D-shaped oval. That's the challenge as ever. In this, the final round of the championship, will bring you awesome onboard action from the top 3 in the championship, including, of course, our championship leader at the moment, Stevie Hodgson, just 10 points ahead of Vergers. Now then, let's see how they'll line up for this 12th round. Ollie Plale and Colin White on the front row, Gavin Seeger and John Mickel on row 2. Back on row 3, Ian Mckellar Jr. and Stevie Hodgson, a Talkspeed duo with Tony King and Sean Richardson back behind them. Moving on further down the grid, Adam Jackson and Malcolm Klein will line up together, and Michael Vergers back there with Keith White. Getting towards the back end, John Stewart, Shane Brereton and Hunter Abbott, who, remember, just needs to complete that 60% to lift the title. Here's how we go, and we are green for the last round of the championship. Good order, Michael Vergers dipping out behind. Further back there in the pack, he'll want to get to Stevie Hodgson as quickly and as safely and securely as possible. 3 wide as they come down to turn 2. That's not for the faint-hearted. Gavin Seeger, 3 wide and in the middle. Oh, and a wobble as well from our championship leader, Hodgson, in the red Xerox car, but manages to gather it all back together. And look at that, Michael Vergers is just 1 car, well, but 1 car behind Stevie Hodgson, but that car is John Mickel, the 2001 champion, and Stevie's teammate. So some protection perhaps there for Stevie Hodgson. Tony King going double wide with Sean Richardson. The Shark is on the attack. Picks up the position. That's how the title would be decided if the race checkered flag was to fall right now. But we've got a 60-lap race, remember, and we're on board here with Ian Mckellar Jr., 3rd place in the championship coming in to this final round, and just shows you how close SCSA racing is, where there's 3 guys here in the very last 60 laps of the season battling it out for honours. Up front, though, Colin White wants to secure a victory, I think. He's looking down the inside of Ollie Plale. No room on this occasion. Plale, the youngster, holds sway. Across the stripe they come. Brilliant sound they make as we look down. Great scrap going on. Hodgson trying to pick up that position from Gavin Seeger. Seeger's in a battle of his own, remember, with Hunter Abbott, who's at the back of the field. And here comes Michael Vergers again, 3 wide on the exit of turn 1. Vergers is going to take 2 positions in one simple movement. John Mickel and Gavin Seeger, I have to say, caught a little bit napping there, or perhaps they were just trying to keep out the way of Michael Vergers, knowing that he is in the chase for the title. Well, if that was the case, that's brilliant driving from them. We've got things hotting up as well for 2nd place. Colin White's coming under severe pressure from Ian Mckellar Jr. Jr. to the inside, Colin White gives him the room. Great, secure driving. The West-Tech nerves, I can feel them from up here, and I'm way up in the stands from them, but I can see down in there, they're all hunkered around. The live pictures down in pit lane. Michael Vergers is the man they're watching, and at the moment he's in the wheel tracks of his arch rival and the man he needs to beat, Stevie Hodgson, if he is to lift the title. I have to say it's between these 2 really. Stevie Hodgson, remember, in the Monopoly car, won the title in 2004. Xerox colours this year, of course, and wants to take those to victory lane for the championship. Meanwhile, Michael Vergers would like to give NEC Aspire Group a real fillip at the end of what's been a great couple of years for them. We've never had a repeat champion in SCSA, such has been the high standard and depth of the field. But perhaps Stevie Hodgson is on his way to do that in 2005, a repeat on his 2004 title, and there's the momentum he carries. Ian Mckellar Jr.'s got a problem. Mckellar Jr., who we just saw momentarily battling away with Colin White, has dropped back into the clutches of both Hodgson and, indeed, Michael Vergers, and they're double wide. West-Tech boys are looking down to turn 1, and they see their man go ahead. I wish I could communicate to you the buzz here at Rockingham. It is sensational, but that's not good enough for Michael Vergers. He is ahead of Stevie Hodgson on the track, but he needs to put cars in between himself and Hodgson. Meanwhile, Hodgson could probably use some help from his teammates, and 2 of them are making the bread in the Colin White sandwich. Oh, Mckellar Jr.'s car is loose and handling like a speedboat. Despite that, though, Colin White and John Mickel looking to navigate their way around the outside, and they look like they'll do that with great aplomb. But problems there for Ian Mckellar Jr. That might be end of his championship. But as ever, our intrepid Rob Murphy is beavering up and down pit road. Rob, where are you?
Well, I've got Gavin Wills with me. You know and I know this is a team game. and if you guys can work together, you're going to do it. So Ollie could drop back.
Yeah, he's prepared to do that. You know, it's the guys have worked well as a team this year. You know, they hit the front of the 2 fastest cars, and clearly, you know, we want to win the championship, and Ollie's a team player.
Yeah, we've seen that during the course of the year, haven't we, Rob? He's very much the team player. Great to get that win for him in round 11. But look at this, Stevie Hodgson dropping back, and now that will make a difference in the point standings as we run. John Mckellar will tuck him behind, I'm sure, as his teammate. We ride on board with Hodgson in the 24 car. Remember that competition coming up later where you can win a poster signed by the champion of 2004. But look at that. If things ended now, that's how we would be. Let's go down and join Rob again. Rob?
Okay, it's the final round of the championship. We're just about to go into pit stop. It's been colder here at Rockingham than any other time in the season. Now, you don't see sophisticated technology like tire warmers on these cars. So when they come in, these guys are going to have very hot, very sticky race tires. They're going to go on to very cold, very slippery race tires. It's going to make it very difficult. Championship contention, the crews are also under tremendous pressure. So a lot of stuff to happen yet in the final round. Welcome back to Rockingham. Right now, Michael Vergers is the champion, but everything could change after the pit stops. Let's check it out.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. Not only could everything change, it probably will, because it has done all season. It's gone back and forth, and, well, if we were in a children's playground, we'd be on the seesaw, not knowing whether we were going up or down, quite frankly. Down at the moment, though, is Stevie Hodgson, because look at that, John Mckellar, his teammate, has gone past him. I'm sure that's because Stevie's running slow. Certainly he's off the pace, and Stevie Hodgson, I'm sure, will be desperate to get some more tyres on that car to get some more speed out of it, because at the moment the title is Vergers bound, but as Rob was just saying, we've got pit stops to come, and the pit stop window is now open. The leader has crossed the line on lap 29, and that means that he can, all the field in fact, can now come down pit road and change those outside 2 tyres. John Stewart down on the low side there, and here comes Stevie Hodgson, gets the car woed up, as they say across in America, and one of those strange expressions, I know, but he gets himself down to pit road speed. Look how slow that is in comparison to race speed, but that's the rules, and it's all about safety. Stevie will take the opportunity to have a drink. The pressure now converts to his pit crew, who must dive over that wall and change the outside 2 tyres. Likewise, no mistakes at all will be permitted by Michael Vergers, by his crew. Comes to the commit line where those yellow cones are, and we'll see if he can get out ahead of Stevie Hodgson. Hodgson's, remember, was down behind Michael Vergers, but coming in early may just work in his benefit. A shrewd bit of tactical work from the Talk Speed crew, and Stevie Hodgson leads the pits. Now he now needs to get round a lap in order to try and get past Michael Vergers, so he'll want to get to that commitment line on the exit of the pits without breaking any speed limits. Meanwhile, Vergers Westech team working swiftly and carefully. Ollie Plale, leader as they came into the pits, exits. I'm sure Plale will rejoin as the leader, but where is Hodgson in relation to Vergers? Now Vergers still got quite a long way to go down this pit lane, must not exceed the speed limit. There are officials all the way up and down pit road watching for that, and they have speed guns, so you can't even get away from speed traps on the oval here at Rockingham. Here comes Hodgson on his way down to the turn 4, long, almost seemingly never-ending turn. Meanwhile, Vergers has got out ahead. I should say, I suppose, remains ahead. Hodgson crosses the line. Behind him, a brief glimpse of Keith White in the green 38. And here comes the race leader, Ollie Plale. Looks to the inside of Ian Mckellar. Oh, contact! Oh, my goodness, right down in front of us. Contact from Ollie Plale. Oh, Tony King. Goodness me, that was a big hit. And, oh, Hunter Abbott, I think, clouting. Oh, my goodness me. Well, we've got Tony King, the Sharks car, up on the roof of Ollie Plale. I'm happy to say I can see. Well, the Westech boys look on quite rightly. Well, that's a distraught and very concerned looking Ollie Plale. Mckellar Jr. into a spin, contact from Ollie Plale at the rear. And look at Tony King's car, though. Amazing contact, pushes him right up to where Ollie Plale is sitting. Remember, he's sitting on the left-hand side of these cars, left hookers as they are. That is a huge incident here. Rob's down in pit lane. Rob, what news?
I've got Gavin Wills with me. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, I've just seen the replay, really, and it just looked like Ollie tagged the back of Mckellar as they went into turn one. And then, obviously, Tony King got involved and caught Ollie. So, you know, and that's 3 good cars out of a, you know, quite an exciting race, really, for us, anyway.
Well, you can hear the quiet in the background. That's because we're under full course yellows here. The safety crew, as ever, doing a great job sweeping things up, and they'll get that cleaned up for us. Here's the view from Ian Mckellar Jr.'s car, tapped into a spin. Bang! Into the retaining wall. And what a great job by John Stewart getting out of the way and making sure that he wasn't in contact. But here it is again, contact from Ollie into the back end of Ian Mckellar Jr.'s car, and Tony King just nowhere to go whatsoever.
And I've got Dale Parson with me, who's a spotter for Ian Mckellar Jr. Tell us what happened from your perspective.
Well, obviously, we had a lot of problems with a roll bar braking. We come back out, was running, we wasn't on the pace, admittedly, totally there. Right. Ollie was coming fast up onto us on 3. I told Ian that he was 10 car lengths behind. Coming out of 4, I said, Ollie's definitely on the NL, stay low, give him the high line, which is the unwritten rule, really, for spotters. If you're very slow, you stay low. And coming into 1, he dived underneath us, touched our rear quarter panel, and the rest you see.
Well, huge disappointment there for Ian Mckellar Jr. and Ollie Playle indeed. There's Stevie Hodgson, of course. He's got a real task ahead of him now to try and get back on terms. Rob, what more news?
Ian Mckellar Jr., what's your take on it?
That's exactly what I've done. I stayed low. Ollie come barreling up the inside of me. To be honest, I'm just fed up with racing with people that haven't got enough experience. You know, he was leading the race. I'm 6 laps down. He's the fool.
Well, I think a fairly clear understanding there of Ian Mckellar Jr.'s position. But what's the problem with Stevie Hodgson here? His teammates in all sorts of trouble as well. That car is just not working properly at all for him. Michael Vergers, meanwhile, of course, having had dramas in round 11, looking as though he might well wrap the title up here. Rob, I hear you've got Tony King with you down there.
Tony, you end up kind of being in the news for the wrong reasons again, you might say.
Yeah, we were going well, and let my teammate Ollie past, who was comfortably winning the race, because I was about to lap Mckellar, and Ollie went to lap Mckellar quite comfortably and easily. I was following him through. Mckellar just came down and took him out. I couldn't believe it.
Well, not surprising, really. We get 2 different stories from 2 different teams. But Stevie Hodgson's in pit road. He's behind the wall there, which means that, well, for his benefit, he can have more than 3 people work on the car, but that is just not where he wants to be. They're putting fuel in. I can't believe for 1 minute that they've not got enough fuel in the car to go out and win this championship. It could feasibly be a fuel pressure problem. That would be helped by putting more fuel in the car, but of course it could be that just somebody's miscalculated on the fuel, although I'd find that hard to believe from an experienced team like Tall Speed. Anyway, down pit road he goes. I think we pretty much have to say it may well be the end. Oh, I thought for 1 moment that was Michael Vergers in the wall. Colin White in the wall, in the shadows. That looked for a moment like the NEC car. Well, disappointing end to Colin White's season. We've got all sorts of things going on here in this final round of the championship. That's Colin White up there in the wall. Well, we're not quite sure exactly what happened, but certainly the consequences are that Colin White's race and 2005 season is now run. Rob?
Ollie, what happened out there, man?
Coming to turn 1, and Mckellar knew exactly what he was playing at, and decided to destroy my race and destroy a chance that we had of winning both races, just because he's a pure and simple idiot. What's he playing at? He's 7 laps down, or how many laps down he is. He's not challenging for a win. I'm going for the win. I've got it easy. All he has to do is just go down like every other driver has. Puts him the worst driver out there by a long shot. Man, he's a complete menace.
Yes. Opinions and race drivers, 2 things that always go very well together, and they're usually diametrically opposed as well in their opinions. You make your own mind up what happened here. 6 of one, half of the other, I suspect. But nevertheless, disappointingly, and perhaps Gavin Wills, team principal of West Tech, summed it up, 3 very good cars completely wrecked as a result of that incident. But the checkered flags are in the air. John Mickle comes along to put a celebratory donut on Michael Vergers' car, because Vergers is the 2005 SCSA champion.
Talk about up and down and up and down. You must have had an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, it's a real roller coaster of a day, isn't it? You know, I mean, I've got 2 wrecked cars back in the workshop, but I think we're all going to party tonight.
Why will they party something, I'll tell you. Congratulations then to Michael Vergers, who is the champion. There's the race result of round 12. John Mckellar takes another podium, and so too does Gavin Seeger. Good results for them. Sean Richardson 4th, with Adam Jackson 5th, and Malcolm Klein comes home in 6th spot.
Well, where do I start? I'd like to thank obviously Team Westec, NEC, and all the fans, even the other fans from Talkspeed and all the other fans that stayed here until the end. It's always great to see you guys. With reference to the race, obviously it would have been nice to battle with Stevie and Ian until the end. I believe Stevie had a problem. I had a problem in the first race, so kind of got that back. And it's a long time coming. I lost it to John several years ago now. I think we've both aged, and it's just nice. I think Team Westec deserve at least one championship once in a while.
Michael's been consistent all season, and I suppose the Talkspeed cars ain't been quite that consistent. Obviously, it proves that boy's won the championship, and good luck to him. I think he deserves it. But we raced him hard, all the DSI, Nextox, the Xerox, and the DSI group car. We raced him hard all year, and I think between all of us, we put on an awesome show for all the fans, and hopefully we can come back again next year and do it all again.
The car today it's totally different than it's been all season. We've tried a new setup on Friday, never got to get out, but Saturday was good. We never went out for happy half hour. We was happy with the car.
Nice way to finish off the season, and a good omen for 2006.
Yes, I mean, what a way to go into 2006 with two podiums. Coming into the day, I think our best finish was 5th, so we've done really well. I'm really thankful to Erwin Tools for obviously making this all happen for us and the team.
So Michael Vergers is a worthy champion, 20 points ahead of Stevie Hodgson. Privateer Colin White snatches 3rd. John Mckellar finishes in 4th ahead of teammate Mckellar Jr.
We did everything in the first race, from the back to 2nd, and we had the problem with the engine, and then we're in 3rd, and I knew if I were in 3rd, that no matter what anybody else did, then we could win the championship again, and we had a problem with the engine once more, and away it went.
Well, severe disappointment for Stevie Hodgson, but at the other end of the emotional spectrum, jubilation for Hunter Abbott, who clinches the £5,000 Autosport Rookie of the Year prize, just ahead of Gavin Seeger, who put up a great fight in the second half of the season.
I just can't believe today how hard it is to do 36 laps. Like, that's all we needed to win the championship. So went out the first race, take it easy, 36 laps, the diff went. We were just cruising around, out the back, thought stay back, stay out of trouble, and then there's a shunt in turn 1, which the car came down, clipped me, and we're in there getting repairs again. So, normally it's quite easy to do 36 laps. Today it's been bloody impossible.
The Erwin Tools Vice Grip's tight squeeze of the day for the final round of the championship goes to Mike Vergers, and Jason Metcalf is going to present that to him now.
Well done, Michael. Very well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
No.
Now then, this fantastic signed and autographed poster by not only Stevie Hodgson but the artist of Stevie's 2004 championship winning car is up for grabs. Answer the question, which famous board game sponsored Stevie in 2004? Was it Scrabble, Monopoly or Trivial Pursuit? 090 11 313 345.
To Hawaii next for the premier world kite surfing event, the King of the Air. Free Sports on 4.